Probably the 3 most asked questions I've been getting over the last year have been, where's my S14, what happened to my S14, and do I still own the S14? Today's episode, I'm going to be going more in depth on what happened to that car, what the upcoming plans with it are, where it's at right now, catching you guys up to speed on my 1995 240SX S14. Starting things off, let's take this back to October 22, the last time I made a video on this car. It was a drift event I hit up in Seattle with my homies. The car ran flawlessly. I didn't have any issues with it, although it's a different story when I was driving home from that drift event. On the way home, about a minute or two away from my house, conveniently, the water temps rose extremely high. I ended up shutting off the car and just rolling it into the driveway. About a week later, I ended up diagnosing the issue and trying to figure out what happened on the way back home. Ends up the head gasket blew, oil cap was milky, the oil was milky, and the radiator had low fluid. Not the end of the world. Simple fix to just get a head gasket replaced on these things. Pretty common with SR20s when they push over 300 horsepower. These paper head gaskets end up failing. So wasn't anything that we couldn't handle. Shortly after that happened, I ended up ordering all the parts to get the head gasket replaced. Some APR head studs, tow-mate metal head gasket, and a few other little goodies to just get the SR20 buttoned up while we were there. Once all those parts arrived, we took on the challenge of replacing the head gasket, and that's where the story starts. Replacing the head gasket on my S15 SR20 DT in the S14. Let's get into it.
Too lean. The cylinder 4 is eating up a lot around there. So this is where our head gasket blew, right here, and it should be more obvious on the bottom side because we had detonation issues. It blew because of detonation. I can see. The reason I'm telling you that is because look how much it ate out. See? That's your sealing surface, and it ate out of that sealing surface and it went out there. The reason it blew out is because this ring right here, it's from detonation. It just ate the out of it.
So tune related?
Yeah. I just hope we can seal this because you'd have to take off a lot of meat to go past that detonation. I don't know if we can.
No, not again. Fall away, fall
So the next question you might be wondering is, what's the plan with the car now? This is it right now. Kind of just been deteriorating away, which is sad to see because this thing was so clean at one point. Still has a dent in the rear bumper. Had my rear lights, some fell on him, broke him. Unfortunate. But the car has just been sitting in the driveway like this for well over a year. I stole the seat and the steering wheel setup for the SOAR. Have cats that chill in here that go through the training tunnel. I don't know. It's just kind of been rotting away. Definitely sad to see, but I just needed some time away from it. Obviously, I kept it for a reason. I do plan to rebuild it, and that's why I'm making this video now. Before the engine popped, or when I thought it was just the head gasket popped, I started buying more parts for it. So I'm just way too deep into SRs to just dip. I ended up getting another SR, S14 SR for this car to throw back in, which is actually in the garage. As soon as we make some room, I'll have that S15 SR swapped back in with the same turbo and same manifold I was running previously. And then to top it off, or just to seal, you know, so we don't have any more issues, and hopefully this is the last drivetrain I have to swap on this car. I got a link ECU for this car and the SOAR, so I'm hoping the S14 makes a comeback here shortly. I'm aiming for after February, maybe March, April. So fingers crossed, one of those dates the S14's running, which should actually work out perfectly because that's when the SOAR should be done too. So kind of be cool to have both the cars back at once. It's been kind of wild. For anyone that's been wondering where the S14's been for over a year, keep getting DMs about it, asking if I sold this car, if I still own it, when the content's gonna come back. With the history of building this car and everything, I don't think I'll be able to sell this thing ever. So I don't think this thing will be going anywhere anytime soon. But if you made it this far, thank you for watching. S14 content coming soon. A lot more videos coming soon. And I'll see you guys next one. Peace. Wrapping up this video, I did ask you guys on Instagram to do a Q&A. If you're not following me on Instagram, it's at SkuraWeekly. Actually across all platforms, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Go drop a follow if you're not. So I'm going to do a quick 60-second speed round answering your guys' questions. Have all of them right here. Let's get into it. First question is, will you ever throw a BN crazy drift kit on the S14? Not the S14. I think the S14 is going to stay stock body Navin for the time I'll own it. I personally like that look. As much as I do love BN Koki, I think instead of touching this S14, I would rather just buy an actual Koki or another Zanki and convert it to Koki and do the BN kit on that. I do love wide body BN kits on these cars though. Speaking of BN, there will be another BN Sports car. I'm not going to spoil anything, but there is S chassis with BN Sports coming soon. Not going to spoil it, but keep your eye out for that. So, second one, engine upgrade. As you guys saw, the SR20 already blew up. Not technically an upgrade. This is going to be an NA SR going back into this car that just has a turbo thrown on it. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's not detonated, so that's positive. Why'd you take out the RG3s? They will be back. These are just temporary wheels. I threw the RG3s on the SOAR in the rear just because I wanted to run some 10.5 wides in the rear for a rainy drift event. Next steps, future plans for the S14. Definitely more drifting. I never really slid it around. I mean, I drifted it around. It's never let me drift it around because the engines keep blowing up on this thing. But I think after this SR goes in, this is going to be, in my eyes, the ultimate street car. I want to do a bunch of just like toge and street in this car and just run doors. A lot of KT questions. I'm going to end on 2 more questions. Thoughts of the KT and what would you have done differently? Engine management system. If you do a KT, throw it on like a Power FC, Haltech, Link, anything. Just get it properly tuned. I think you'll be fine. The last question I'll end this with is, when are stickers dropping? I've probably gotten this question of merch throughout the year way more than I would have thought. My store is still getting sessions on it. It's still closed, but I'm hoping to have a release sometime during tax season. So keep your eyes peeled. I already threw some orders in to start holding on to inventory, but I think merch drop tax season. So pick up some new merch in like 2 months. I think that's where I'm going to end with these questions. I think that's where I'm going to end the video. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And yeah, appreciate all of you guys sticking through. Super thankful that you guys are still watching these videos. I hope to have a lot more content coming out this year. We got some cool projects. As you guys saw, Yev's car recently got wrapped up. Ruvim actually bought another car, and then he has his S13 as well that he's building up, so I'll be documenting some of those builds and just kind of showing you guys around all my homies' builds and stuff like that throughout the year. So all that being said, so I'm going to end the video. If you guys made it this far, thank you again, and have a good one. Peace.
Yeah, kid, don't stop.